So we basically got dropped into a junkyard in Idaho, BFE, Idaho, outside of Idaho Falls. We had to fabricate these vehicles for these 3 different competitions.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Minnoxide podcast. I'm your host, Harris, AKA Minnoxide, man of many automotive aspirations and locomotive aspirations today, by the way. And I'm here with my co-host, Dan, Mr. Gun at Garage.
Yep.
Dude, you are really red today.
Oh, man, I spent all weekend in the sun.
Oof.
Yeah, whoever is watching this is right after 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
No,
So.
please watch the video. He's so red.
You still got all your extremities though.
Yes, no, we didn't do any fireworks stuff, but my kids are on a ski team, so I pull a boat for the ski team, so I was in a boat like all day, all weekend.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I wish I was on a lake this weekend.
Yeah.
I've seen some crazy stuff happen on the lakes around here, man. 2 boats like blew up. Like caught fire and like blew up.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm like, it never faults, man. It's this lake over here, Lake Lanier.
Yep. That's the haunted one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't understand why people constantly just like, I'm gonna go out there. Every time something happens, every time. Mm-hmm. I don't get it, but
Wait, this lake's haunted?
Yeah, it's haunted.
Oh,
so when I was looking at hotels here when we stayed for the rally 3 years ago, I was like looking into all of it, and I learned a lot about it.
Yeah.
yeah. So they flooded. Apparently, it was like an all-black town, and like the city flooded the town, and then just built this man-made lake over it. So like if you go down to the very bottom of the lake, there's like streets and like roads and buildings and stuff. Yeah. And then there's like they claim there's like a crazy like vortex because all the stuff in the water like that's what causes people to drown. Like literally, people just jump off the boat and just drown.
Real quick, just fix this real quick. Yeah, so haunted lake vortexes. Yeah, no, it was just crazy. I was like, we're not staying there.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because it's like the lake. It's the one lake over here, but like, I won't.
Beautiful area though.
Yeah,
lots
it's a
of
gorgeous
cockroaches.
Area. Yeah, yeah, it's true. Water bug. It just sucks because it's like it's a pretty lake to have a house on.
Yeah.
But it's like, why would I have a lake house and then not want to get in it or be on it? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of a weird thing. I'd rather be out over there on Allatoona on the other side of town. But anyways.
We should actually do the intro part now. So today we are here with Garrett of AmericanMuscleHD and Weapon Vault. Also the winner of the PRI race of last year.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
We'll get. I'm training for next year.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
This year.
Default winner due to opponent DNF.
Yeah. Dude, I was been walking for days, just walking that whole place, and I felt pretty good, but then as soon as I started, my leg just locked up, and I'm no.
The comments were brutal. They were like, bro blew a tire.
I'm not gonna lie, the comment section was pretty funny in that. But then I went back and watched, I was like, man, I run goofy as hell. The way my legs moved, I was like, oh Lord.
Don't worry, I made you look good.
Oh man, listen, I was just like, I gotta work on my form of running. This is bad. But no, that'll be a good time. We're gonna make it a thing. We're gonna make
I think so.
A whole like bracket of sorts.
Dude, I'm surprised there isn't something like that there already. Right?
I mean, it's one of those things. Like I know the people from PRI, maybe we could set it up in the stadium.
Dude, we need a tree.
Yeah.
And that would be awesome.
A foot race at PRI. Like I said, set it up in at the stadium. That's the most open area.
That's gotta be an insurance liability.
Oh yeah. That has to be. Somebody falls again, bust their head open.
Yeah,
you didn't do that, thankfully, but like somebody falls and cracks their face open, it wouldn't be good.
He been a little weird ever since he took that spill. He's been stuttering on the intro.
Dude, I've crashed so many times in my life. That's like mild.
That's mild?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
so funny. That's super funny.
Yeah, people have to check that video out. But no, go ahead and obviously you're known, but real quick, just do a quick top-down overview of what American Muscle HD is, how it kind of got started. And also, people can go listen to Justin's episode, of course, which is great. But just do a quick kind of top-down. We'll just go from there.
Yeah, I mean, American Muscle HD kind of was just like a pet project of sorts. It was just, I've told this story, I guess, 100 times, but it's really just like a hobby. It was a passion, cars were just, and have been, continue to be, my first love of sorts. And Instagram and social media was brand new at the time. I was in college in 2013, and I was just curious, I just started it and just on a whim, and then, like you say, the rest is history. I don't remember any of the milestones. I don't remember the day I hit 1 million followers. I wish I did. There's days I really wish I did remember those things, but it just, I started realizing it had some lungs behind it, and I was like, cool.
When did you realize that it, because you do this full time now, right?
Yeah.
When did that turn into a full-time thing for you?
I mean, so I did it all throughout college, man. I started it like in my sophomore year. So like, you know, I was a 5.5-year student in college just because I didn't max myself out on classes every semester. But yeah, I mean, for 3.5 years I was doing it, and I guess in that time I started realizing, I mean, I was making money in college, you know, and I was like, cool. I was like, all right, this might have some legs, so to speak, about it. And yeah, I was just like, all right. And then at that time I was making relationships and meeting prominent people within the industry. And I was just like, all right, well, this seems like it could be something. So I just kept going with it, man. I just was like, all right, I don't want to. And at the time, you know, that was when I was continually growing, like every day, you know, it is very noticeable. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to keep going with this. And yeah, like I said, it kept compounding on itself over and over. And I was like, it doesn't seem like smart to stop at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have an idea on a career path? Like, what were you going to school for? Like, what was your life goals at that point before this started?
It was gender studies. Didn't you hear Justin's episode?
Dude, I'll be honest. It was. That's so funny. I do remember that now. I was like, what? No, bro. I honestly. I genuinely think this was just it was God's way of like planning out my life and kind of just like putting me in this position, because I won't say I was kind of willy-nilly about it, but I was, because I look back on college and I took business management. It's just most generic, and I really wish I'd have done something more hyper-focused in business, like maybe overarching business management, but then like done a minor in something a little more focused. But yeah, I felt like that wasn't really gonna get me anywhere. I mean, yeah, it would have got me like an entry-level job somewhere, but I don't know what the path would have been. Like I said, since I was a kid, I always wanted to do something with cars, but I didn't know exactly what it was. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I didn't do this, I don't know what I'd do. I mean, I would hope to have made it somewhere in the automotive space, and then like looking back now, like knowing what I know now, what I would have pursued is probably PR and comms.
Yeah.
You know, or marketing. You know, I would have been in one of those three areas of working for an OEM, because it falls in line with kind of what I do now, right? You know, PR and comms, it's really just about event coordination, so to speak, and being a people person, because you're just interacting with all the journalists and media outlets or whatever to get the you know, the product out there, right? And then marketing obviously is making the product, like the product look good in front of the masses. So it all blends together. I'm just the outside person that helps with that, right? So the companies make the product, they put it out there, and then I'm just a guy like anybody, other journalist comes in and just helps bring it out to the masses. So yeah, if I were to go back, and if that's knowing what I know now, that's what I would have done.
Okay.
So I don't know. You know, this, again, it just worked out like this.
Were you always out of Georgia, or were you?
Yeah, I grew up here.
Okay.
I moved here when I was 9. I was born in Maryland, just outside of DC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I grew up here, so this has been home since 2003.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like those, like it's funny when we started going to Detroit and doing podcasts with folks out there. It's like for them, it's just a job. Not everybody. There's a lot of car enthusiasts, but for some people, they just go like, "Oh, you got to work at one of the big companies." Like for us, it's back home, it's Target or 3M. Okay. Right, because they're headquartered there. Right. You just go to college to go work at 3M. You know?
Yeah.
So, when was your first time in Detroit? Then it was the whole Chevy thing, right?
Yeah. It was a Dream Cruise. It was a year that the 6th Gen Camaro came out. So 2016, I believe that was the first year of 6th Gen.
Right, that has because the 2015 had the Z28.
Yeah, that was 5th gen still. Yeah, so 2016 was 6th gen. So that was the first year, and that was the first year I did anything major with an OEM. I was working Chevrolet Performance, so a subsidiary to GM, and you know, that was my first real like, okay, this is cool. Like, you know, Chevrolet Performance brought me out for an event, so like we went to Lansing and, you know, viewed the at the time the plant that they were building the 6th gens in, and then we came back down to Detroit and we, you know, hung out for the Dream Cruise, and they had like a big Camaro rally that went past the Rinsen downtown, and then it went up to Woodward, and I remember they had the very first 67 Camaro off the assembly line in a glass box, because I think at the time, and I don't know if Chevrolet still occupies the space, but right there on the corner of, like, if you're going southbound on Woodward Path, like through Birmingham, and you pass downtown Birmingham on the right, and you come up on that like where the road kind of meets together. Right there on that corner, there's a grass lot right there, and I think that's where Chevrolet used to have their booth. I don't know if they still do, but they had the 67. It was like a copper pewter color in a glass box, and I remember my buddy took a picture of the 6th gen coming down the road, and they got a picture of both of them next to each other. It was pretty dope.
Cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. My friend Adrian Peters was driving the 6th gen. And what's crazy is that Camaro, that 67 is owned. It's privately owned by somebody.
Okay.
And
So it's gonna be a fortune.
Yeah, and they would just contract it out from her. It's a woman that owns it, and they contracted from her for like that whole year. They did like a big tour with it around the country, and so I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, there's a Mustang museum in North Carolina we went to, and that's all. They like switch out the inventory, so basically you can send your car there and you get free storage for a certain amount of months, and then you get your car back, and they're just constantly swapping them out.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That place was legit. What was it? It was called like Mustang Museum something.
I think it was. So it was right down the road from Charlotte, the Speedway.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to Woodward for our first time this year, right?
Oh man, y'all have a great time.
So we're out of towners, and you were brought out because like I feel like it's different getting a perspective from a local. So for our first time going to Woodward, what do you recommend? How should we approach Woodward for our first time?
So first time going, you kind of have to experience it in its full totality. Like this has been my, as I said, I went in 2016. I think I've only missed like 1 year of Woodward since then. So I've been quite a few times now. And the thing that sucks though is that it's gotten so policed now where so during the day, actually I'm backtracking even further than that. So Woodward Dream Cruise is on a Saturday. It's a 1-day event. But so long as the weather's good, that entire week leading up from Monday, every evening people are out cruising. It's like miniature Woodward Dream Cruise every night, every evening after people get off of work up until Saturday. So I'd argue that Thursday, Friday are the best nights.
Okay.
Saturday, the problem with Saturday is that it's become so commercialized now that people come from all over the place. It is literally just a parking lot. It's a testament of your car's cooling system because you're sitting, like I'm not joking, it'll take you an hour to go a mile in certain areas of Woodward because there's a certain high concentration area. So like from like right there in Birmingham to about 12 Mile is just gridlock. That's where people just do the big loop. And so like, I'd argue if you can get up all the way up to like Pontiac, between Birmingham and Pontiac, that's a good stretch of road.
Okay.
And then Pontiac is where they still are kind of like wild, wild west. Like the cops don't really care. That's where people get rowdy. Yeah. That's where people, on that day though, that's where people get rowdy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like there are black tire marks that stay on the road for a whole year from that single day. Like it's absurd actually. So like you have to make it up to Pontiac at some point and do the loop.
Yep.
And sit around somewhere on the side of the road and watch the burnouts or participate, whatever you want to do. And then, like I said, but just like if you can do it, try to do a complete lap, go all the way down to like Ferndale and then double back. But man, it's just like I said, there's that one section between right there in Birmingham by that whatever that one gas station is that has that's E85, and then. And because I know I saw the hot rods go, and then about 12 Mile, 11 Mile where that cemetery is.
Okay.
That's where the biggest concentration of people is, and you'll just be gridlocked, dude.
Okay.
But you have to experience it. If it's your first time going, you have to sit through it because it's so cool, dude.
At least once.
You have to. This year, you have to just endure it.
Okay.
Hopefully, you got a car with good AC. And the cooling system's good because a lot of cars will, overheat and they, have to park and whatever. But you have to sit through it. You have to enjoy it because like the camaraderie and just like interacting with people next to you at the stoplights and stuff. Everybody, it's just the coolest feeling, bro. Because everything you can possibly think of is on that road.
Yeah.
Everything. I remember 1 year I was coming back from M1 and I was going toward Birmingham and I was at a light and there was a Hemi Cuda to my left and a LaFerrari to my right.
That's awesome.
And I was like, what is going on right here? I was like, what is happening? This is insane.
Whether you are new to working on cars or a seasoned shop owner at the top of their game, the High Performance Academy is where all car enthusiasts can go to expand their skill sets. If you want to learn how to build an engine, tune your car, improve your wiring or suspension setups, the HP Academy has the perfect step-by-step course for you. As a friend of the show, they've provided listeners with a special 55% off discount code that you can use risk-free on any course of your choosing. Details are in the description of the show below, or go to the partners page at Minnoxide.com. Go check it out. Let's get back to the show.
You know, just the complete ends of the spectrum, and it was just the coolest, man. Like, I've seen Enzos in traffic. I've seen, I mean, whatever, you name it. Lightweight, factory lightweight drag cars, you know, like, you know, Hemi darts and max wedge, you know, cross ramp stuff, and 429 ball. I mean, everything you can think of is on that road that day. It's pretty cool.
Wow, we're pretty pumped.
Yeah,
I can hear you already, by the way. Yeah, it's not a dip. It's, you know, it's a blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah,
You can cut it, buff
explain
it.
the wrap on my car 100 times.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. No, he's got like a Mr. Chrome GT500,
Oh,
right?
okay, gotcha.
Like, so it's like not a paint job, and it sort of is.
It's not a vinyl wrap. It's like a
plastic.
spray. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
gas
tell
station.
people, but it's technically it's Autoflex. It's a nicer version.
Oh, got you.
of it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
got you.
Every
I didn't
gas station,
take
bro.
a 6-figure car and just go to Fleet Farm and get
Yeah,
plastic dip.
fair.
And hit it. Yeah.
I forgot how bad of a term plastic dip was at one
Yeah.
point, so I apologize. I didn't want to diminish
Yeah.
it. But what year is your GT500?
2021.
Oh, it's a new one. Okay, got
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
got you. Okay, okay. I love those cars, man.
Dude, it's I had built a GT Mustang
Yeah.
before that, and that thing is violent, fire-breathing monster. But the GT500 is just way more like refined.
Oh yeah, with the
And I
dual clutch?
do. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like driving a supercar
Yeah.
in a Mustang body.
100%.
Yeah.
I love that car, man. I remember when they first came out. I had one as a press car, and I didn't. There's very few cars that like at the end of the week, I'm like, I don't want to get this back. That was one of them.
Yeah.
That was one of them, bro. I love that car.
What color was the press car?
It was that lime green.
Lime green.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Grabber Lime. They were
Yeah.
pushing that one hard.
Yeah, man. I remember having it again back in 2020 in COVID, and I beat the hell out of that car. I loved it. I loved it, man. I loved it.
I just had mine out at Road America not last weekend, the weekend before, and beat the living shit out of it for a whole weekend out there.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah, they just take it and keep going.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
So, okay, that's a good question. Of all the press cars you've had over the years, what would you say your top 3 are then?
Ooh, top 3. Okay.
Without hurting feelings.
Yeah, AMG GTR,
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Maserati MC20.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah. And then, oof. I'm trying to think whatever I've had. I've had
Bronco Sport.
no, not at all. Now the Bronco Raptor is awesome. Bronco Raptor is
Yeah.
great. Raptor R is great.
Dude, that Shelby truck we rode in, and I don't know if you remember in Vegas.
Oh yeah, the F-250.
Yeah, when we all piled in there.
Yeah, and then the back, y'all sat in the bed and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I was in the back seat with like 4 other people. So
Yeah, there's some people in the bed, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
this is not.
You were
safe.
stressed.
I was very stressed, but then I turned out of the parking lot. And I realized we just had to literally
Yeah,
go
right?
like
We
half a
could've
mile.
walked, and
Yeah, it
it'd
was
been
like a
easier.
half a mile, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like I'm not tripping, but like I was stressing out. I was like, please sit down. I was like, sit down.
Was that another press vehicle?
No, it was
situation?
my buddy works at the Ford dealership in town in Vegas, and he always loans me a vehicle when I'm in town. So it was a little less regulated,
Yeah, right.
because with the OEMs, at least there's insurance, and I mean there's insurance on that too, but
Yeah.
I think it falls a little more heavily on me.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
something were to happen with that, than if it was with an OEM, so that's why I was a little stressed out about that. But yeah, so all right, so AMG GTR, MC20.
All right, number 3.
I'm trying to think of the experiences I've done with the cars that will because there's so many, because like the E-Ray was amazing, but I got a ticket.
Bad comments on that one. Yes.
I haven't heard anybody that's disappointed in
That car is. It's again. I will maybe not now because no. I think I still hold true to that statement just because of the engineering and like what the car is. I'll still be on record and say it's the coolest Corvette ever made. It's not the fastest. It's not the most violent. Obviously, with the ZR1 now and the ZR1X, that's, you know, even the Z06. I haven't gotten a chance to drive a Z06, which kind of pisses me off. But
come on, Chevy.
I know. I've literally reamed them about it. I'm like, brother, why is it that I've never had an opportunity to drive one of these? So hopefully I'll be able to rectify that soon. But just the engineering and, like, again, what that car is and how it works, it's cool as shit. Mm-hmm. It's so cool. And so obviously now the ZR1X will probably take that title from it because it's the ZR1 with the same, you know, electric motor. But, like, without the E-Ray, there's no ZR1X. So
you had the Blackwing too.
The Blackwing's amazing. I've had a couple of those. I'm actually just text my guy from Cadillac about getting one for the week I'm up there for Dream Cruise or for Roadkill before, and then we'll see what I get the week of Dream Cruise. But the Emira, the Lotus Emira.
Oh yeah,
was fun.
Yeah.
I had one of those just recently when I was in Detroit. You know, supercharged V6, 6-speed manual. One of the most satisfying sounding like gearboxes I've ever experienced. Okay. Yeah, because it's like it's not gated, but it has like this exposed linkage. It's like down in the center console, they have like this mesh thing on this, like right below the shifter, and you can see the actual linkages of it. And I don't know, it was just very satisfying. A lot of people said it was like, because I look at other people's reviews of these cars sometimes, and they were talking about how it's kind of a little heavy. It felt a little
kind
clunky.
of notchy.
Yeah, a little
like
notchy of sorts.
Car, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just something satisfying about the metal sounding of it. It just sounded very mechanical, you know. And I don't know. I enjoyed it a lot. You could rev that thing out to the. It didn't seem like there was anything you could do to hurt that car.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I wish I could have tracked it.
I've heard they're an amazing track car.
Yeah. I didn't. So Michigan obviously doesn't have the best driving roads anywhere, even up north, right? So or where my buddy likes to take this, like we do this Ann Arbor route. So we'll go down south to Ann Arbor, and then we'll go to like Hell, Michigan, and a couple of the little cities and double back. And it's just like the roads just aren't good. Like they're just not good. If you guys ever come back down here and have time, maybe I can plan to take you guys up to North Georgia.
Blood Mountain. I might try to hit that with the rental car.
Do it.
I love that road so much.
Do it during the day, like in the morning or something. Like get up there in the morning when there's because it's still a major thoroughfare. Like it connects North Georgia, so there's always going to be traffic, and like sometimes you'll run into big rigs and stuff. But if you go in the middle of the day, there's hardly any traffic, and I mean, granted, you're not going to be pushing that thing like to the max, but.
You sure about that?
You could. I mean, maybe. I don't know how you drive, but I mean, it's one of those things where have you ever done it?
Yeah. So I used to run in road rallies a few years ago. So we came through. We did Tail to Dragon, another road, and then we did Blood Mountain. Like that was
we were on Blood Mountain for that one.
Yeah.
How long has it been since you've been there?
3 years.
Okay.
Now.
They've repaved it.
Okay.
So it's like glass.
Okay.
Bro, it's so good.
Okay.
It's so good. So yeah, I highly recommend going back up there. But
we'll observe the speed limit.
Yeah.
Observe
it. We'll look at it. And we'll, I cut 45 minutes off of my elapsed time getting home one time going over that mountain, coming from this side of town when I still lived in Blairsville. I was driving a Jaguar F-Type R.
Ooh, those are fun.
They're super fun. And I cut 45 minutes off because like from when you start at the bottom of the mountain on one side to get to the top is about 8 to 10 miles, I think, something like that. Yeah, I think the average speed limit's like 45 miles an hour. I'm not going to say how fast I went because I'd incriminate myself. But I cut 45 minutes off my time.
You can tell us in 4 years when the statute of limitations came.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But yeah, you go in the morning, bro, and there's nobody on the road. You can cut lane on the turns and like drop down because it's bold. Like it's like literally banked.
Yeah.
All the turns are banked. So you drop down into the bowls. It's like you go around this one real sharp turn and you look straight up and it's like an S. Mm-hmm. So you can see straight up. So if there's any cars coming down, you obviously can see them. But if you can literally ride the spine and like drop down, it's
oh sweet.
It's amazing.
That was hands down like almost as fun as the Black Hills. Have you been to the Black Hills?
In Kentucky or where?
That's over like more Mount Rushmore,
South Dakota. God, that's geography. Good Lord. Good Lord, I knew that. But
we only know because we're only 8 hours from it.
Yeah. I know that's the only reason I say that is because somebody told me about some really nice driving roads in Kentucky. So that's the only reason I say that. But yes, Black Hills, yes, where the Mount Rushmore is.
Yeah, was it Arkansas? No, Missouri has some fun ones too. Remember when we did Pig's Tail on the way down? Whatever. There's just so many fun roads.
Oh yeah, but you got to come down further south, like I said, or you got to go west, because like I said, Michigan, nope, just doesn't do it for me. And I give my buddy grief all the time. My boy Ren, I give him grief, but he's like, man, that's all we got. And I'm like, I guess, bro.
We saw. So when we were in Detroit recently, we actually passed by. What was that restaurant you guys were at? We saw all you guys over there, like Matt and Sam.
At Vincetta's.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's them over there.
We had that was like my early birthday dinner or whatever we had that day. But
so are you friends with all the big three then?
Yeah,
over there.
Yeah. I've got relationships with everybody there, man. I'm not gonna say I'm friends with him, but like I actually had some casual conversation with Jim Farley recently when I was out at Le Mans.
Sure.
And I mean, he's just the nicest dude, man.
Yeah.
He's just super chill, super down to earth.
Yeah.
And what was really crazy was it was a group of us that were there before performance, and we had a time schedule slotted out for us to talk to him, like kind of like a round table discussion or whatever.
Sure.
And at the end of it, he told us, he was like, I watch all you guys' channels, and I appreciate what all you guys do. And in my head, I'm thinking, I was like, man, that just sounds like some polished PR talk. And so I pulled my guy aside that works for the company. I'm like, does he really? Like, it sounds like he just made that up. He's like, no, he really takes that serious. Like, he really watches your stuff. And so, he ended up coming over to me like the next day, and we were sitting at having lunch, and he walked up to me and he was like, I know you're really into the muscle car stuff. Is like, what exactly is like you actually into or whatever. So like, just the fact that he like came over and just had a conversation was really cool. And then the same thing with Dodge. I'm friends with a lot of the higher up folks and engineers and designers, and so that's always fun. Like that's my guys. That's my group of guys that I hang out with up in Detroit primarily. And then and I know some of the folks at GM still. And I don't know as many people, at least not in like the high up positions anymore. But I know a lot of the marketing people for the different brands between Cadillac and Chevrolet, and whatnot. So. Yeah, it's pretty cool to be that connected, with all those people, and it's beyond work. Like everything's not just work. Like I'm actually friends with these people.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're all connected on social. We keep up with each other and try to connect when we can, even outside of media drives. Like trying to go golf with one of my boys that works for Cadillac when I'm up there. At the end of the month or whatever. And so, man, it's good.
What's your favorite type of Sorry to cut you off. I heard a deep breath there.
That's fine.
That's how whenever we hear the other just breathe, that's here comes a question. What are your favorite conversations to have, right? Like you get to know these engineers, the executives. I mean, what's your favorite part about working with any of the big three?
It's hearing all the stories, like how these cars came to be and like what they had to do to make them happen. Like I've heard so many stories about like, how the fifth gen Viper came to be, like from Ralph, and just like, and then there's stories that I still haven't heard. Like, one of my guys, we're actually gonna, hopefully have like a sit down and over some drinks, and he get to tell me some of the stories about like how, because he worked for SRT division, and like him, getting to tell me some of the stories about how they made, these, cars back in the day, like the 300 SRT8 and. All this kind of stuff. So it's very interesting to just, again, hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak, like actually getting to find out how these cars, because again, we were kids when these cars came out, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that I know and I'm friends with the people that designed them and or created them, or part of the reasons why they're around is like cool as shit, and so, just hearing those stories is, it's just mind blowing. Honestly.
Yeah, after talking to some people like that, we've had a couple on our show. It's funny. I mean, you get some off-camera conversation too, but they, a lot of those things are not approved by higher ups. No. So most of that cool shit that came out was done like under the table.
Yeah, 100%. They're the rogue as hell, which is cool because you're just like, man, like that's what you got to do sometimes. You got to break the rules sometimes if you want to make cool stuff. Because again, like anything else, public companies, man, there's protocols and procedures and all that kind of stuff. But that kind of stuff kills creativity. It kills
it's tough for ingenuity too.
Yeah, exactly, because they can't be on record talking about a lot of it, which is why I don't know what can be said, which is why I'm being cautious about it. But like, just again, knowing those stories though is just it's cool. I don't know. It's just a full circle moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, the Viper, especially, like we had Sean Visser on the show, which and Gordon Heidecker, and it's like I black out during these episodes sometimes, so I don't remember until I go back and watch it, right? So I'm going back and I'm like, wait a second, they were doing R&D for the Gen 5 Viper in 2008? It's like, dude, that's 5 years before the car even, like, just crazy.
Oh, I know. I mean, so, you know, I've heard that that's what it takes for when a new car is being developed. You're 5 years out before it even becomes a thing.
Mm-hmm. If you guys are enjoying the show so far, just go ahead and drop a subscribe or a follow if you haven't already, just so you get notified the next time we do an awesome episode like this. Let's get back to the show.
Which is insane to think about. I mean, that's a lot of time.
Well, there's some wild shit out right now. Imagine what's coming 5 years from now. What are they cooking right now?
Exactly.
That's nuts.
Exactly.
C9 Corvette's gonna go crazy. Yeah. I've been saying that because everybody was talking about the body style of the C8, and it's grown on me, especially with the nicer versions.
Yeah, right.
But I'm like, if this is what the C8 looks like, the C9, whatever it looks like, it's gonna be a super car.
Yeah. I mean, because there's no stepping back from what it is now. Like this is peak performance of Corvette. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, regardless to how you feel about it being, you know, mid-engine and...
Oh, those guys aren't around anymore.
Well, right. Yeah, exactly. But it's like, when they completely dismiss, you know, the original design. That was what Zora Duntov wanted. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what he wanted, was it to be a mid-engine. So, like, they want to completely dismiss that because it's just like, oh, it's un-American. And, you know, what are we talking about, a German designer in America? It's like, okay, he was the godfather of the car. Like, what are you asking here? But... Again, you can't deny the performance of the car. I mean, even the base Stingray was like turbo Porsche 0 to 60 speed fast, like a base Stingray.
Yeah.
And now you've got a car that can do 0 to 60 in what is it? What is it? ZR1 2.2?
Low twos.
It's like 2.1 or
something like that. Yeah.
Should we look it up?
Yeah, pull it up. Pull it up, Jamie.
Jamie. Corvette ZR1 0 to 60. It's going to probably bring up the C6. 2.3.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah. And that's the ZR1 too. It's not even
that's
the ZR1X.
The ZR1X. Yeah. No, because the ZR1X is going to probably be like 2 flat, I'm sure, or like 2.1.
And that's a testament to the engineering, right? Because like you know, oh, it's a rear-wheel drive car. It will never be able to do that. And then it does it, you know? So there's always more on the table. I don't know how these engineers keep doing it. They just do. Well,
I argue the one thing that, again, I've said this in other podcasts and I don't know if I'm on the record, I'm sure, but like the one thing I feel like has always been dismissed until Corvette did it is hybrids, performance hybrids. And I won't say Corvette's the first one to do it. Obviously, the Trio in 2014, the P1, the LaFerrari, and the 918, they were all performance hybrids. But the problem is those are unattainable. I mean, they were they were hyper cars, super limited and they were made for 1 year, but. For all that time, whether manufacturers needed that time, bless you, manufacturers needed that time to be able to like study the technology to be able to make it affordable, or what, I don't know. But like, I feel like there was such a missed opportunity between 2014 and now, or a year or two, whenever the E-Ray came out, that it should have been looked at more. Right, when they made the complete jump, regardless to who caused the jump, but like when they made the complete change to EV, it didn't make sense to me. Like again, I'm not dismissing the potential, I like the potential, but the power and the performance of EVs, because we all know that like they're fast as shit. Like you can't deny that. But like you take what an EV can bring and what gas propulsion can bring, and you put them together. That's what you got with the E-Ray. That's why that car is so cool. You know what I mean? Because everybody wants to assume, they see the E and they think, oh, it's electric. If you look into it, it has nothing to do with efficiency. It's not there for fuel economy by any means.
Yeah.
Like you can't, like it actually doesn't do anything for fuel economy. It's there for performance. And so that technology just has not been like looked at more in a broad scale in terms of performance cars. And I think that's where the biggest failure has been, honestly, in performance vehicles.
It just kind of made that. So what you're saying is it kind of made a big jump straight to EV and skip that middle ground.
Yeah, they didn't take what they already had with hybrid technology. It's not like hybrid technology is new, dude. It's been around since what, 98 with the Prius, the first Prius.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? To and then incorporating it with gas vehicles. It's just like they took they took the other extreme and just ran with it instead of meeting it in the middle. And I just don't understand why, because it's not like it's a new concept. You're just mating a high performance engine with, the added performance of an electric motor.
Those two front wheels are just doing jack shit.
Exactly. And then people complain, because people complaining about the ZR1X, you'd be like, well, we'll just wait and see how much it weighs. Who the hell cares how much it weighs if it makes 1,400 or 1,200 horsepower and it is 0 to 60 in 2 seconds? Who cares if it weighs 5,000 pounds? People are now biting their words or eating their words with the new M5, now that they're seeing those things tune. Those things move.
Yeah.
Like, they are fast as shit. Granted, people got to put money into them, but it doesn't matter.
Sure.
Like, the platform of it is there. Now they're making probably close to 1,000 horsepower with little to no effort. You know what I mean? So it's just like, people are just so stubborn and so hard-headed and bullheaded about like innovation, and it annoys me because I'm like, yes, I understand the reason why you don't want a full EV. I find where there's benefits to them, and they have their place in the industry, but I obviously don't want them to be the standard. But not seeing where the electrification coupled with this can bring harmony and synergy doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You just have to just think a little bit. People don't want to think. People just are too stuck in their ways, and it's so annoying.
Yeah, I don't think, obviously with this new administration, it seems like it's not as much of a topic anymore. Like, we're kind of moving in a different direction.
Yeah.
But
I think it's here to stay to some degree, though.
Right. They've invested all this money in this technology.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think it's like this. You're going to see more hybrid situations, things like that. I think that...
I think it'll get better, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying by that? Because it's not going to feel rushed to get it out.
Yeah.
I feel like they could use it for the more performance side. Because like what you're saying with the Corvette, I forgot to say this earlier, but it's like, it's cool, it's fast, and it's attainable. Not affordable, but attainable.
Attainable, yeah.
Right? And
anybody that, I can pull up my socks, lace on my New Balance shoes, and hop into one of them bad boys.
Facts.
Go.
Facts.
I'm going to go rent a Corvette after this. We're going to go do Blood Mountain on Wednesday, bro.
Do it, man. Do it. But yeah, it blows my mind. But again, the fact that they have invested so much into the EV thing, they can kind of switch gears, I feel like, now.
Yeah, I mean, they've got billions of dollars into brand new facilities and things that they're doing this.
I know. But you now see you see these companies rolling back their
production on
the, Ford's done it now, or Ford's doing it.
The Charger didn't make it very long.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I guess everybody kind of saw the writing on the wall with it, sadly. And it's just one of those things where, again, I will sit here and say I still think the car is beautiful.
Yeah.
I think the car is designed. The design is gorgeous. Even the specific design of the EV model with that R-wing.
Yeah.
The front kind of spoiler or whatever. It's a beautiful car, man. So I'm just really excited now, like later this year for the 6-pack car, like the Hurricane car to come out.
Yeah.
Because again, oh my God, that is going to be the American 2J.
Yeah.
That's going to be the American S58. Like, they cracked that tuning for that engine. That you will see 1,000 horsepower, big single turbo, Hurricanes running around. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
It's fast stock too. So my dad, he's a partial owner of a Dodge dealership, right?
Okay.
So right now he's demoing a Grand Wagoneer, and it's
with the high output one.
Yeah.
They move.
They move out, right?
They move, and that thing weighs 6,500 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the L or not, but like. Yeah, even the short body, they're like 6,200 pounds.
How could you even worry about how fast it goes with so many screens in that thing?
I know,
I don't
facts,
even know where
facts,
to look.
yeah.
I'm like, what in the hell?
It's got a fridge though. We used that for the ice cream the other day.
Did you?
Nice.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was my first time using a fridge in a car.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's that when you know you made it and you got a fridge in your car.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've driven the 1500s, like I've driven the RHO, I've driven regular 1500s with the high output, and they move, bro.
Yeah.
That 550 horse ain't no slouch.
Yeah.
Coupled with that 8-speed. So like I said, once people are able to tune those Hurricanes and like really fool with timing and fueling and all that stuff, they're gonna hurt some feelings.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're ever gonna sound good.
It's not gonna sound worse than an S58, dude. A straight piped S58 or B58 is disgusting.
Yeah.
But if you get a good setup, it's all right.
True. I know that they like. Again, when we did Demon last year for Roadkill.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we fabricated up the turbos. The guys fabricated up the turbos, and again, we couldn't tune it, right? So it didn't really change much. All it did was just make more noise. The turbos just whistled louder and all that kind of stuff. But like that's the kind of things that you're going to start seeing.
A factory ECU can get you really far, but if you're trying to get the most out of your car, you have to take your tuning to the next level. Whether you are doing a highly original LS swap or are a glutton for punishment and want to keep your rotary, a Haltech can help you extract top-level performance while keeping your car tolerable to drive. If you go to tunedbysean.com, you can schedule a free consultation to see what is right for you and your build, but you can also go there, save 5% on all Haltech goodies using code Minnoxide, and do it all yourself. That's tunedbysean, SHAWN.com. Let's get you back to the show.
You have the new guys competing this year for Roadkill, and I've had the opportunity to see a couple of them, what they're doing for their builds, and it's gonna be sick, dude. Like some of the cars that are gonna show up and what the setups are gonna be really cool. So I'm really excited for people to see that. But
when's Roadkill?
I was just gonna ask that.
Yeah. August 9th, so it's the weekend before Dream Cruise. It's the Saturday before.
So you might turn out going 2 days earlier anyway. Because we were thinking about doing shift sector and then coming down to Dream Cruise, but it's just heavy. Like 10 days is a long time to be away from home.
Oh, I get it. I'm planning on being. I bought a one-way ticket up there, so I'm planning on being there for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
The 4th through the 7th. The 4th through the 17th. Yeah.
Okay.
So
we have a house rented for a week up there right now.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Heck yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I highly recommend it, man. If you can make it down for August 9th for Roadkill, it's gonna be a good time because it's back in Pontiac. Yeah. So it's back on the street. It's not at M1 anymore. So
really?
It's back on the street in downtown Pontiac.
Oh, they got that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a good time. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a real good time.
We were talking to the guy from Prefix, the marketing guy or whatever there. He was telling us all about Roadkill nights and all that stuff too, because it changed. Well, something changed on it, right? Like it wasn't.
They were mad that they were shutting down the road, so they were having some city/government issues.
Yeah, it was some ego thing between if I'm not mistaken, between the city, like the mayor of Pontiac and whatever, and it was just like it was a money thing or I don't know. It was
interesting. Okay.
I'm
excited to get out
government shit.
Yeah, politic bullcrap. Yeah, exactly.
The usual.
Yeah, but no, it was fun when it was in Pontiac. The only downside to that 2 years ago, was that it rained.
Okay.
It rained for a pretty decent amount of time, and so it killed a lot of the time for drag racing because they had to bring the sweeper out and like the dryers and dry off the street.
Yeah.
And then they had to re-prep it, so it was down for probably like a good 2 hours plus.
Also standard at Texas 2K.
Yeah. So that was the only downside. So Lord willing, as long as it doesn't rain, bro, it may be hot, but it'll be a good time. It'll be a real good time.
How many days is it?
Just one day.
Just one day?
Saturday.
Okay.
Yep,
Wow, so that's a lot to get in one day.
Yeah. It's I think it starts at like 10 in the morning, 9 or 10, and then it goes until sunset about 7:30. So it's an all day thing. Mm-hmm. But like I said, as long as it doesn't rain, man, it'll be a good time.
So you can kind of jump on this one, but tell us a little bit about Scrapyard Kings. What's that all about?
Yeah.
You talked about it a little bit before.
Yeah, right. So it's kind of a reboot or like a reimagination of Junkyard Wars or Junkyard Digs, whatever the...
Yeah, I think it was Junkyard Wars.
Or Junkyard Wars, yeah. So I guess
they keep mentioning the other show because they're probably not allowed to
Maybe, I don't know. If we can't, I'll ask my guy. You can bleep it out or whatever. But anyways, it's a reintroduction of that show. And it's fun, man. So so Heavy D and Diesel Dave from Diesel Brothers, they put it on, and my buddy Luke, and they invited 3 teams. So it was me, Matt, Alex, Franco, and Ed was our team.
It's okay, we forgot about him too.
Yeah, exactly.
I've also never heard anybody call him Alex, but yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And then there was Andy. He's from Detroit. He had his team, and then there was Robbie had his team, and basically we had to compete building a singular vehicle that had to compete in 3 different competitions, and we had to make a vehicle to haul a load of hay bales, or like Alex said, what did he say? Bale.
They milked that one too.
Hail Bay.
Yeah.
That was so funny, bro. I commented that in caps on the video, but so we had to transport those, and then the second competition was we had to make it into a boat to float across a lake or pond, and then the third one we have to make it fly, and that's the episode that comes out next Sunday. But that one's gonna be kind of crazy. So yeah, it was a very interesting competition. So we basically got dropped into a junkyard in Idaho, BFE Idaho, outside of Idaho Falls, and we had to fabricate these vehicles for these 3 different competitions. And like I was mentioning to you guys beforehand, I just thought I was so out of place there because I'm like, I'm not a fabricator, I'm not a builder, dude. So like everything had to be like you had to have ingenuity. Like it wasn't just like, oh, we're just gonna put this here. No, you had to actually think this stuff out. You had to have kind of an engineer's mindset about how you're gonna make these things work for these different competitions. And I was just like, here's your wrench, dog. I was like, I don't know. I felt like
I'll hold the flashlight.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, exactly. That's really what I felt like, man. And it was a fun thing to be a part of, but it was a lot of times where I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing here, other than just being the face. But it was a hell of an experience, and I made a lot of friends from it, which was cool. And I'm excited that people are excited about it. Honestly, I didn't know how it was going to be received because one, we didn't know how it was going to get put out to the masses. We initially thought it was going to get bought by a network or a streaming service, and then that didn't happen.
That's such a battle, dude.
Yeah, that lasted for a long time, and so they ended up realizing it wasn't gonna get bought, so they said screw it, and they're just gonna release it on Heavy D's YouTube. And yeah, I mean the first episode did 1 million views.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which was like, that's cool. And so like I said, we're on episode 4 right now, and it's interesting. Like you were mentioning that your son loves it, right?
Yeah.
And that's really cool to hear that people are that invested in it. Like they're really looking forward to the next drop. So yeah, I'm excited that people are into the show.
Well, 10 years from now, it's like you're influencing the next generation even with the show. Kind of like how, we look at Top Gear, or whatever else.
I never thought about it like that, but yeah, it's...
They're going to be like that one guy, I'm going to hold a wrench just like him.
Well, that's just that my son is super into all that stuff anyway. Like, he takes shit, he'll find random shit around the house and put it together. So, that's right up his alley.
Yeah.
But no, everybody's been pumped to watch it. And plus, we know some of you guys, that whole 5 o'clock garage crew we've been... hanging out with him. I was actually texting Ed, and I was like, dude, that was really cool, man. That was a cool episode. I was like, but I'm not gonna buy all of them right now. I'm gonna wait till they come out.
Yeah. There was a part of me that was like a little eager to just do it, even though I was telling you I was a part of the show, but like I'm still intrigued and still excited to see the episodes as they come out, just because of how they edited it.
You haven't seen any of that yet, right?
So they had showed me some early stuff when they were because they changed the editing of it so many times, because again they were trying to cater to the networks they were trying to sell it to, so they wanted a certain editing style, and they'd cut a bunch of stuff out.
Yeah, so they made you guys kind of look like the goons.
Yeah, or whatever. So they cut out a whole bunch of stuff, and then they'd put stuff back. And so to see the editing style that they did for how they put it out now is hilarious, because they dub in like audio, right? Like they would dub in audio over top. When somebody say something stupid, they'd be like, "What?" or something, or they'd put a clip in from they'd clip in, exactly. They'd slow your voice down, or they'd clip in another piece of audio from something else, and it made it 10 times better, in my opinion. So I don't know if that would have made the cut that way if it had been on network,
Yeah.
So I do appreciate the fact that they did it the way they did it. But yeah, if you guys watching this haven't seen it yet, just check out Heavy D's YouTube channel. It's called Scrapyard Kings, and it's a good time.
It's a really good show. I enjoy it.
It's fun.
What was your favorite part about filming then? How long was filming?
I think we filmed for like 9 days.
Okay, so the whole thing, beginning to end, 9 days.
Actually, no, I'm mistaken, because that was another show I was on. It wasn't 9 days. It's like maybe 5 or 6 days, something like that.
Damn.
I don't remember. It was not a lot of time.
Right. Yeah.
It was like maybe a week, maybe a day longer than a week or something like that. I don't remember. But it was just so many different curveballs being thrown. That was really what was fun about it. Like at the time, it was frustrating and it was stressful, because there was times where it'd be completely fine, and then we got a crazy storm roll through, and it rained like crazy, and it got hella cold. And it was just so many different things that were thrown at us that we couldn't have expected, even beyond just like what the show planned for us. Because the show, they had things that they weren't going to throw on us until a certain point in the show, right?
Yeah.
But then there was just like nature that came into play, and it ruined things, like pushed time back. Like we had to, push filming back to the next day because we got rained out and stuff, or the generators ran out of fuel, or something like, or we ran out of kerosene, or not kerosene, but we ran out of argon for the for the welders and stuff.
Yep.
So we'd have to go and borrow, tanks from the other team. Like it was so much stuff, right? We had to go back to Harbor Freight because like our team, we didn't have a winch, so we had to go and run back to the store to get the winch and stuff. And it was just so many things, but that's what makes these kind of things fun, man. Like, 'cause if it went as planned, it would just be a little humdrum.
Yeah.
I think. So all the curveballs and wrenches being thrown in it kind of just make it better. At least afterwards. During it, it makes it stressful as hell. And you're like, man, screw this. But after you look back on it, you're like, no, that's really what kind of made it so fun, you know?
How much of it is, do they just like basically have cameras on you the whole time? Do they ever ask you to like run stuff back? Like, I always wonder with some of these shows, like how much of it is fabricated bullshit and how much of it is like, this was really how it was and we cut it together afterwards.
So that's the one thing that I liked about this show is that there was none of that. You know, other than maybe like the actual intro when there was like a controlled environment, right? When we weren't working, like they would, you know, Heavy D would stumble on a word and they'd be like, all right, well, let's run that back. So there was only times like that, but like when we were working, we were working. Like they didn't make us like cut something off and like re-weld it back on, right?
Just for
B-roll. No, they didn't do any of that. So like when we were working, you know. And so they had dedicated cameramen at each team station. And that was all real time, bro. And again, it's just the way they edited it, you know, that made it seem maybe a little more fluid. Yeah. But like, nah, I mean, we were scrambling. Like, we really had like a whole day to work on it, and we had to do what we had to do in that 10 hours. So it was about as true as it could be, you know. Cool. And so I do like how they incorporated it and like threw in some of the things like when Alex was holding a piece of metal and he got shocked. He was like, God dang it. Like he was like actually like freaking out. And I was in the back and I was like, you need some gloves? He was like, yeah. I was like, so I got him some gloves. And that was kind of just like everything I was doing. I was just kind of sitting back observing and I would just throw in some bullshit like that. And I was just like, hey, you need some gloves probably, right? But it was true. It wasn't like reality. It wasn't like a reality show where it was like fabricated, which is good to, you know, hear. I think a lot of these shows really are fake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I do think they did a good job with that.
I kind of thought so. The first episode, Ed talked a lot, but you only heard half of it because every other word was a swear word. They like bleep it out. I was like,
they left a lot of words out. If they had a lot of the audio in from when we were in our individual areas, bro, it would be bad. Like, it would just be a big bleep fest. Like it would be no real words spoken. I can't imagine how much stuff they had to siphon through to get like usable verbiage. Yeah. It's bad. It was bad.
We wouldn't have had a podcast left if I bleeped any of Calvo's.
Oh yeah.
He had, I think it was 244 F-bombs in the episode.
Holy crap.
Not just the F-bombs. That's not even the rest.
Jeez.
I'm like, yeah. He's like, leave it all in. I'm like,
okay. Yeah. As long as it's past. These are these on YouTube? Or these okay. So
I didn't have an issue on that one.
Yeah. After the first like minute or something like that.
Something like that. I've gotten better at like cleaning it up on the first half, and I think that might have had an impact.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've heard it has a bit of an impact. Like the first 10 minutes, I think, is the big one.
Okay.
Something.
That's a long time to not say.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's like first minute and first 10 or something like that. I don't know. Podcasts are long enough. So.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. No, for sure.
No, that was a fun episode.
Mm-hmm.
So going back then, you're doing this full time.
Yeah.
What do you have a manager? Do you have what is this like when somebody approaches you? So you had this show, and I know you've made a lot of friends. You have a lot of connections. So that's probably easier. But like, what does it look like? Somebody hits you up and goes, "Hey, I want to give you a car to drive around. You just tell me what you think of it. Hey, we have this TV show." Or what does that look like?
Yeah, man, it's just something that I've actually been trying to traverse as of late. But yeah, not having a manager kind of sucks in a sense because you kind of have to go to bat for yourself. You kind of got to
like how do you know even what to charge, right? Like what's the going rate to
Yeah, I mean, you kind of just sometimes you feel like you're shooting from the hip. I mean, there's websites and there's tools available to kind of like help show your value based on your followers count and your engagement and all that kind of stuff. And I think companies, depending on the size of the company and their budget, they'll adhere to those budgets or those numbers. But some of these smaller companies, they still just like they nickel and dime you, man, because they just think like, oh, it's not worth that and whatever. So there have been many times going, in the past that I could have benefited from having a manager, from getting the most out of what I am worth, so to speak. But it's all learning. I think it's all been like a learning thing, you know, a lesson of sorts to navigate, because you know, the one thing about having to find a manager is you got to trust them, man.
Right.
Like that's because you're basically putting your word or your name in somebody else's hands, and that they're gonna go to bat for you and they're not gonna F it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one thing that I value too much in the, you know, of all the things, everything that I've done, the thing that I value the most is my name. You know, that I can, you know, my name can be brought up in a room that I'm not in, and I'd say 9.9 times out of 10, it's positive. Like, people are going to speak positively about me, and I'm not trying to sound arrogant about that, but like, that's based on what people have told me. And so that means more to me than anything else. I don't care about shit else. So that's one thing that I can't afford to lose. But I also know that if I continue to try to just do this shit on my own, that I may not ever make it to the level that I want to be at.
Right.
So it's just this weird balance of trying to figure out, like, where do I go? How do I maneuver? And like, who do I trust to help me? And I have a lot of friends that have been trying to help me, and I'm thankful for them. But it's like having somebody like officially that's like the guy, you know, or whoever, the guy, girl.
Kind of like the gatekeeper.
Yeah. That, like, again, somebody comes to me, I'm like, hey, talk to whoever, this person.
Right. Hash out the details.
Yeah. Y'all figure all that out and just let me know what I got to do. And it's crazy to say that, bro, because I never thought that I would be at that point where I'd be.
Right.
Yeah.
You could not tell me when I started doing this, even 6 years ago, you couldn't tell me that I'd be to a point now where I would even consider or need somebody like that. It's just, I'd have been like, no, man.
So this is all solo. You have nobody else that's sharing the ride on this?
Yeah, no, nobody else, bro. It's just me. But again, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I did this all by myself. I've had a lot of people. Yeah, I've had a lot of people stick their neck out for me and put me in positions to succeed. And they all know who they are, and I'm thankful to them every day. But in the sense of like getting up every day and like doing the shit is me. You know, so it's stressful, but it's also rewarding knowing that you're the one that's in control of how everything goes. But again, it weighs on you after a while, because it's like, am I making my life too hard? It's like sometimes what I think, I'm like, could things be easier if I just had, you know, somebody helping me out? But I just got to find that person, bro.
Yeah.
Did you ever want to give up?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a constant day-to-day thing, man. Just because, and I mean, anybody can talk about this. That's a content creator. It's hard though, but I try to just not focus so much on like the numbers and like, you know, engagement and all this kind of stuff, because it's so much out of your control.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can really control, but at the same time, you have to be mindful of it, because it kind of dictates, you know, how companies look at you and whatever the case may be. So the one factor that I have in my corner that I'm thankful for is that I have built these relationships with these people in these companies beyond just on a business level. Now, it kind of bites me in the butt sometimes, where I've kind of had to like stand up for myself in the sense of like, okay, no, like, yes, for a long time we were doing stuff on kind of a buddy thing, and it was just experiences and all that kind of, but at the same time, like, I'm a grown man now. Like, I have to make money. Like, this is a profitable thing that I'm providing to you. You know, I have to make money. So like, I've had to, and that's where it comes into having a manager versus being you, because like, you don't want to tarnish those relationships by saying something wrong, speaking out of place. But at the same time, you have to, because otherwise, everybody, you know, companies aren't going to spend money if they don't have to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to just freely give out money if they don't have to. Somebody's just going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, I'll do it. They're like, okay, cool, thanks. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna. Most times they're not gonna sit back and be like, no, man, we're gonna, you know, no, hell no.
Yeah.
So you have to stick up for yourself in a sense. And it's not even like aggressively, I've learned. It's not even aggressively. It's just a matter of like voicing it, you know? And that's the one thing that I've been doing more lately is, man, if I got an idea or like a proposal or something that I want to pitch to these companies, I just pitch it. What's the worst thing gonna tell me?
Right.
No? All right, cool. I didn't have it already, so I'm not out anything. But what happens if they say yes? Yeah. Sick. Now we're cooking with grease. You don't know unless you ask. Closed mouth don't get fed. I mean, all those cliche verbiages, you know what I'm saying? So like that's the mindset that I've been on lately. It's like you come prepared, you come to the table with something worthwhile, and you present it with a plan. Man, they're gonna sit, especially if they know you, they're gonna sit there and gonna listen to what you gotta say.
Yeah.
Now, regardless to whether or not it happens or not, it's a different story. But at least you put forth the effort and showed them that you're willing to do the work. And that's what I've been doing the last year or two. I've been way more adamant and more direct about things that I want to do. And that's the beautiful thing about the position I'm in too, with having so many contacts and people in position, is that I can throw these ideas out, and if I don't know the person to get in contact with, somebody else does.
Yeah.
And it's just a big cyclical, thing of connections that somebody else could maybe put me in contact with, or I could trust this person to run with my idea and help get it off the ground. So it's, I know we've kind of went off on a tangent with this, but like I'd argue, like I said, the biggest thing that I've learned with all of this is making connections. Beyond anything else. You can know all the things in the world, but if people can't connect with you and people can't like you as a person, bro, you ain't gonna go nowhere.
That is one thing that right out the gate, I noticed with you. You are like, and you'll just talk to anybody. Like you're very personable and very friendly person.
You can learn a thing or two.
The very first time I met you, we were having dinner at I can't remember what casino we were in, but it's at SEMA.
Okay.
And you showed up late. We're already sitting down with Justin White.
Yeah.
I don't know if Matt was there.
Matt was there, yeah.
I think Matt was there. Like the whole Detroit crew, right? And you show up and they just start laying into you, dude. And I'm like, who is this guy?
I was like, they don't like this guy at all.
I was like, what the hell? I was like, was he one of the floor workers just came in here and they're just giving him shit or what?
That's so funny.
And then I learned about who you were after the fact. I'm like, holy crap.
That's so funny. Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, man, that's the one thing that I cherish so much, man. It's honestly the relationships.
Yeah.
It's the people that I've met, the friends that I've made. And again, just being able to walk into a room now and just being able to say what's up to so many different people. And it's not one-sided. It's not like I just know that person. They know me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's love, right? So like I remember the first time that really hit me was at SEMA. And you know who Chris Jacobs is? He used to be on Overhauling.
Oh yeah,
if I saw a face, I don't remember.
So he was the guy that would like dress up as somebody that would go and steal the car. Like he'd dress up as the tow truck driver.
I bring up people from like Motor Trend all the time. So like Christy Lee.
Christy Lee. Yeah. She was the best.
Yeah, dude. I try to explain these. He's like, I don't know. That's cable TV. That's before his time. Yeah.
So Chris Jacobs, he was like the host of Overhauling, and he would always like be on the phone with like the other spouse or whatever when they were restoring the car. So I grew up watching Overhauling.
Yeah.
And so I remember connecting with him on social, on IG, way back when. I don't even remember what year this was, but we started following each other, and I was like, man, I was blown away just by that. I was like, this is cool as hell, man. And so I remember reaching out to him and telling him like, man, I loved watching him growing up and whatever. And so we ended up meeting at SEMA that year. I saw him at the show, and I went up to him, introduced myself, and it was cool. And then I remember the following year, he saw me at the show and came up to me and said, what's up? And I was just like, all right, now that's cool. Like the fact that now it's a two-way street, bro. It's not like, I'm not going to just singularly be going up to him every year and saying what's up. It's the coolest thing. And then years later now, having worked with Meekum earlier this year, and even actually 2 years prior to that, he was working with this company that was doing like carbon-bodied 68 Chargers.
Oh, Speedcore.
No, it's not Speedcore.
No?
It was another company. I don't even know if they're really doing anything anymore now. But anyways, similar to Speedcore, but they were doing full carbon body cars. Me and him did a video with one of those cars prior, like a day or two before it loaded into SEMA. We were out at Red Rock. And I thought it was just such a full circle moment to be able to like say I watched him growing up on TV, and then him and I are doing a video now with these cars. And I can call him, he's a friend of mine. I can call him anytime, and we've talked about life and whatever. And Only thing we haven't done yet is golf together. So
Okay.
we're planning on doing that at some point. But it's just those relationships and those connections that I've been able to make with people over these years, man. It means the world to me.
Well, I think a lot of these TV personality people are going to need to adapt, because what you're doing now is the new thing, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not
self-releasing.
Yeah,
all
you're
that.
looking at Motor Trend now is having issues. They got rid of roadkill. They just all of these things are going on right now that if they're not, messing around in your territory, then it's going to be old news.
Yeah, I am curious about that because,
Not that I'm saying that's why they're building relationships with
No,
you, but
for
like
sure.
it is where things are headed.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you see guys, making the switch. I mean, even the guys, like I said, the guys from Roadkill, you mentioned, they're doing their own thing on YouTube, you know, and so I think they're definitely adapting. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's mutual for everybody, for the guys that have been on TV for a long time, and then guys like myself to collaborate in sorts. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm always open to doing any of that kind of stuff with people as long as they're good folks. I mean, I'll work with whoever.
I keep running into Bruno Manzel.
Bruno.
He's a host of a bunch of stuff on Motor Trend.
Okay.
They're bringing back Pinks.
Oh, really?
He's a host of Pinks, and then do you ever watch
I remember that show.
Garage Squad, where they go in and like help people finish their projects?
I don't know if I ever saw that one.
Oh, anyway, he was a host on that one too.
Pinks, man, what a time.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah, they're bringing it back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a hell of a show. I remember
I
that.
know.
If I saw his face, I'd probably because was he a host on it before, or is he now a new host?
I think he might have been. I don't know. He's all over. It's him and Christy are always doing stuff together on Motor Trend. Like all of it. They're always doing it. When we're at SEMA, all that stuff. They're up there talking on the camera.
I probably recognize him when I saw him. I just don't know his name off the top of my head. But yeah, Christy's awesome. I've hung out with her quite a bit at different events, and she's great. Again, another person I grew up watching. Obviously, she was on Overhauling too. I think.
She's been all over Motor Trend. Or All Girls Garage.
All Girls Garage. I know she was on that. I think I might be confusing her on Overhauling with.
Who was
Courtney Hansen?
Yeah, I think it was Courtney Hansen that was on Overhauling.
Courtney Hansen, and then there was another chick, not April Rose. There was another girl that was on Overhauling, I think later on with Chris. But yeah, anyways, I'm friends with a couple of those guys, and they're all really good people.
That was we've met some cool people doing this, but that was the first time I was like starstruck.
Oh,
I told him, I was like, I don't know, should I go?
Dude, he was freaking out, and I'm like, bro, it's okay. Just tell her you got 3 daughters. Just go tell her you want a photo. It's like, and he's like. Well,
the fact that I have 3 daughters, like I like girls in this industry. I think it's really cool because I have like high aspirations for my children doing something like this. So like that's the reason why. I mean, like Christy's, she's cute, but like, that's not my motivation. I think she's super cool and badass.
I get it. Yeah, it is really cool to see like the women in this industry. Like I've become friends with a lot of the women automotive content creators over the years, and I have nothing but love for all of them. Like I do whatever I can to help them out.
Yeah.
And I mean, not to say they need my help, but like, early on, like sharing some of their stuff. Like again, this is not a pat on my back, but like there's been a lot of people that I've helped with sharing their stuff early on in their social media things that have helped them, kind of take off a little bit, so to speak. At least that's what they've told me. Some of them told me that. So I'm thankful to have been there for a lot of those people. But like I have so many homegirls that are killing it. I mean, truly, my friend Lauren, Joanna, EJ, my homegirl Morgan that is doing Roadkill. There's so many girls that are doing such good stuff in this industry. Alex Taylor, Emily Williams, like so many people. And like again, it's really awesome to be able to call them friends and see them do great things. So that's kind of one that I just wanted to give all them their flowers. And anybody I left out, I apologize, but you know who you are, and it's all love. So, but
it's impossible to credit everyone, man.
It's impossible, dude. I try to remember all this stuff, and it's everybody's name or in a situation. I'm like, I'm blanking.
Is there, and we should probably start wrapping up here in a little bit, but just because we had a nice, fun 2-hour drive. To this one,
Lord,
but,
yeah.
By the way, thanks for making this happen, by the way.
Of course.
Yeah, that was,
I'm actually glad this worked out because Thursday stacked up on me by mistake, and I'm glad we were able to make this work. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to make this work.
Is there any Hail Marys that you, like, those things you throw out into the universe that kind of worked out, that just, any notable ones? And the only reason I asked that is because recently I shot a message to a CEO of a company that, like, was kind of like the holy grail for me.
Yeah.
Not because of the company itself, but more so the guy and what he's done. And it's like, I actually got a response. And
That's
it's like,
awesome.
So anything like that?
Oh, gosh. I wish you'd have posed that one to me earlier on because I may have been able to think about it a little harder.
Let's go. We'll be back in 15. We got this.
You would be shocked at the in this industry how obtainable people actually are.
Oh,
It's
yes.
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, and that's kind of the thing I was getting at was just like, again, I talk about, the like really, really high, like having known, or saying I know Jim Farley, Matt McAleer, who's the CEO of Dodge. I got to interview him last summer. Jim Campbell, who like directly reports to Mary Barra. Like I know all these people. But then you look down even just further, just like the owners of these like aftermarket companies. Yeah. Like I know Dustin Whipple, I know, the high up people at Holley.
Yeah.
So many other companies. My guy Casey from Wegner Performers. I know him, and so like it's just it's really cool to just, and again, like you said, all these people are super down to earth. Yeah. They're super chill because a lot of them are just they're regular dudes, man. Like they're not like.
They started off enthusiasts just like us.
They started a company in their garage, right, doing something, and now they're working out of a company in a big old building with lathe machines. Like I know one of the guys, obviously David Shart, who owns Forge Line Wheels.
Man, that's one we got to get on. We're on Ohio.
They're on Dayton, Ohio. Yeah. If you need a contact, I got
on
you.
Facebook, but I
got you. I can connect you with him. He's a good dude. But yeah, man, all these guys are just super, super chill. I'm trying to think what the Hail Mary might have been, dude, because
it's all kind of cool, right? Because like you were just at Le Mans, like that was cool.
That was crazy. I mean, that came out of that was a Hail Mary to me. Like I didn't put that out there. That came to me, which is crazy. Like I just got an email, and they were just like, Ford was just like, "Hey, you want to go to Le Mans?" I'm like, yeah. Like now I did have a conflict at the time. The same exact time that was going on, I had already committed to Haggerty. I was going to go do Hot Rod Power Tour. And I got the email like a week later, and I'm just like, I've got to break it to him. I've got to break it to Haggerty that I got to go to Le Mans. And so like, I messaged my guys, and I'm like, look, I know we were making plans for this, but you got to understand, like, this is kind of one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities to go to OEM and all this kind of stuff. And they were like, no, like, we get it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm glad that you guys are chill about this because, like, I didn't want to pass that one up, man. That was definitely that was top 3 of experiences that I've gotten to do up until this point. So I'm thankful for that. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the biggest things that I've got to do have come to me, which I'm thankful for.
Why do you think that is?
The relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I truly think that's what most of it is accredited to. I mean, yes, again, like, being in the position of having like the light on me, I guess. I don't like to say that, but like I guess focus on me helps. But everything I've done has been because of a relationship that I've had with person or said company already. So it was never just like any big thing that I've done, whether it be the Dodge virtual reality, the virtual thing I did.
That was cool too.
Yeah, like that was because of a relationship that I had with people within the marketing at Dodge, and then other things that I had done with them prior. So like obviously that last summer I did Roadkill, and then I got to interview Matt McAleer, the CEO. And so like I feel like all of those things kind of compounded on top, which helped them make the decision to use me, right? Like I said, on top of the fact that internally the company, they already knew me personally, the marketing manager and then people that worked underneath, like with them, I should say. It all just lended itself to help make the decision, I assume. So everything I've been afforded to do, I think, and I feel like have been because of my relationships, which is again why I preach so heavily. Like, if you want to make it far, and I don't care what industry you are in or what you do in life, you have to figure out a way to be personable to a degree. And I know not everybody's wired like me. Like I know that. Like I know that my personality and my character traits are something that I got from my mom, which I'm super thankful for. Because I joke, if I was anything like my dad, no offense to my dad, I probably wouldn't have made it as far as I did or be doing what I'm doing, because he's more introverted. He's more, but I'm outward, bro. I can talk to a wall. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. So like it's like that has lent me to be able to, with what I've built, it gets me in the room, but then my personality keeps me in the room.
Oh,
That's how I phrase it.
That's so fair. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, what I've built got me there, and then my personality keeps me there. So, like, that's what I preach to anybody coming up, bro. It's just like, try to find a way. If you're not already this way, figure it out.
Yeah.
To a degree. Again, I'm not trying to say put on a facade or put on a fake face, but just work on trying to be sociable.
Yeah.
Because that's how you make these connections, man. You got to get into the room and you got to talk to people. Because otherwise, sometimes people ain't going to come to you and talk to you.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You have to show a little bit of dominance and assertiveness.
Sure.
And stick your hand out. And people appreciate that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, that goes a long way. Because they'd be like, man, this guy was direct. Like, this guy was, and that's kind of what happened. I'll tell you this story and we'll wrap up. But like, how I got to do Roadkill Nights.
Okay.
It's the funniest thing. So we were in January last year. I was in Phoenix for Barrett Jackson, and I was hanging out at Ralph Gilles' house, and we had a brunch over there. And so it was like all like his close friends, Dodge people. Goldberg was there and his family, because he was auctioning off his two demons.
That's
auction.
right.
Yeah, his matching VIN demons. And so one of the guys I had yet to meet that worked in the marketing was Mark Malmstead. He was like the marketing manager. Mm-hmm. I'd heard a lot about him, just never met him. So I remember he was sitting over at the like little bar or whatever at Ralph's house, and I went up to him and I introduced myself. And I don't remember all the specifics, but I remember specifically, I asked him, I said, I've always thought it was weird, like, knowing all these people within the brand. I've never been asked to compete in Roadkill. Like, I have the following. Like, I don't understand, like, why, And so, like, that's all I remember asking him. I wasn't a dick about it. I was just direct. I was just like, I'm curious. Like, why have I never been? And I don't think he ever gave me an answer right then, because I think we got pulled away. But that must have sparked something in his head, because he immediately, like, followed up with his people afterwards and was like, so what's the deal with this Garrett guy? And sure as shit, 4 months later, I get a call. They want me to compete. Awesome. I would have never probably got that call if I didn't go out of my way to introduce myself and voice my, not concern, but like questions.
Strong arm in it.
Yeah, a little bit, sort of. I mean, again, I wasn't you should make me, but like, it was one of those, I was just curious. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I posed the question in a polite and assertive way of sorts. And sure enough, I got invited 4 months later. So you have to be that way a little bit in life, otherwise you may not eat, so that's my advice for.
I was going to ask you, what would be your advice to somebody trying to come up in something like this?
My gears are turning over here.
I mean, that's it, bro. I just think the more I've been doing this, you have to have a plan, and you gotta you kind of don't take no for an answer, but you gotta put in the work, and you gotta ask the questions.
Yeah.
You gotta ask the questions, and again, be sociable. If you can be at the event, if you can be there, you're already way ahead.
Yeah.
If you can get to the place that has the people that you need to talk to, you are ahead. And then when you were there, you find them and you talk to them. And I'm not saying be rude. I'm not saying do any of that. I'm just saying find a way to introduce yourself, be polite, be direct. Bro, that means the world, bro. Like, that goes so far, I feel like.
Yeah.
So
we've noticed that too. Just being in the right room with the right people, at the right event, works out.
This community is crazy, dude.
Yeah, it is.
You never, like, sometimes, like, we'll leave a podcast, be like, did that just happen?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, there's times, and this is another thing I'll say, is that you have to treat everybody right.
Yeah.
Treat everybody you meet right, because there's been times where people have introduced me to somebody, And afterwards, I'm like, yeah, so what do you do? And they're like, I'm the CEO. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize. But I didn't treat him any differently than I would have either one of you gentlemen. So like you have to treat everybody with respect. Treat everybody as if they're the most important person in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like what they say, treat the janitor like the CEO.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, because again, you never know. Somebody's not going to come up to you and be like, yeah, I'm the CEO of...
Yeah, no.
They're not gonna do
I
that.
like it that way better because then I can.
Then
It's
the
easier
pressure's
for
off.
me to.
Yeah, the pressure's
right?
off. Exactly. You're not pressured thinking you have to
Yeah.
you have to put on something to like impress the person. If you're just you and you're polite and you're respectful, you never know who you're gonna meet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my advice.
All right, last question before the pick 3. Is Detroit your second home then?
Yeah, basically at this point. Yeah, I mean, other than having an actual permanent residence there now, like that is my second home. I love Detroit. I love the people up there. Everybody up there is like, all my friends up there are like family to me.
Yeah.
So I hope at some point I will have a residence up there. If not, move there. I just don't want to live there during the winter though. That's the only thing.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's warmer than Minnesota.
It's easy for us. But
Yeah.
yeah, we like Detroit too. We've been back several times since our first trip out
It's
there.
great,
so,
man. It's great.
3 times in the last year. We're about to go a 4th within a year period.
I'm gonna be up there 3 times within a month. So I'm leaving tomorrow.
Oh my
and I'm just
God,
going up there
dude.
for the day. I'm going up there for a concert, and then I go.
What
to meet
concert?
Wu-Tang.
Okay.
And run the jewels.
dude.
Yeah, so I'm going up there.
Dan's gonna go on a tangent here.
Do you watch American Saga?
Yeah,
That dude.
amazing.
Yeah.
On Hulu?
I love it.
It
so
was
good.
incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, I can't believe anybody that's in a Wu-Tang fan that hasn't watched it yet. It's
Yeah.
insane.
No, it's very good. I'm trying to like explain it to my wife because like I grew up with that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is. She's like, she likes the show, but she has no clue.
The fact that Raekwon shot up Ghostface's house and
Yeah.
they're friends
Yeah.
still to this day is insane to me. I don't understand. That's not fake. Like they actually
Yeah.
happened. Same thing how like Ghostface did that drive-by shooting with the whispers in the car with them. Do you remember that? Did you see that part?
I don't remember that part, but yeah.
So yeah,
it's good.
Ghostface like was a big fan of the Whispers. Like he sampled a handful of their songs and he had them in the car. He was taking them to the studio or something like that. And some op rolled up on him and he fucking opened fire on him with the dudes in the car, bro. Like insane. And yeah. So anyways, I can go.
Yeah.
We'll let it rip.
All right. So at the end of every episode, we like to ask our guests to pick 3 cars.
Okay.
I need a daily driver, a track car, and a show car. You got unlimited budget. Build whatever you want.
This is
Well,
is
2
exciting.
cars together.
Yeah, this is exciting. Okay.
He's not a fabricator. He's not.
I'm not a favorite.
Yeah.
That would not go well. Daily. E63S wagon.
Nice.
Yep. E63S wagon.
I approve.
Track car. Was track car and show car?
Yeah.
Is that two? Okay, track
Yeah.
car. Yeah, I'm trying to think of things that I've driven because I know there's a lot of cars that are capable that I have not driven yet. Gosh, dang it, that's hard. Show car. Damn it, this is hard.
Well, you're building a show car right now. aren't you?
Yeah, I'm building my Monte Carlo, but I don't want to claim that one. I want to say something else. Show car would have to be something like a hypercar. I think. Well.
I just love
No.
this question, those people.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is one of my favorite builds of all time. My boy, Justin Carrillo. It was a 59 or 60 Coupe de Ville that he turned into a roadster. So he chopped the roof. It was just a complete roadster. It was gorgeous. You got to look it up. It's called Corella de Ville. Is the name of the car. I would want to build one of those.
Okay.
That would be my show car, like my Sunday Cruiser, Boulevard Cruiser. That'd be amazing. Fucking track car. Damn it, man! Like, there's so many good cars.
Yeah. Well, this is the one you got to be buried in. You can only have one.
Yeah, I know.
This is the only time he'll be on the podcast, so.
Yeah.
I know. That's the thing. I don't want to say some like generic shit because that's lame.
GT3 RS.
Yeah, hell no.
Jim would text you like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Yeah, dude, I would. That'd be the worst. That'd be the waste of a pick to say the GT3 RS. I'm gonna say. Just because I'm curious now because of the car, I'm gonna say the new ZR1.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You wouldn't do like a cup car or anything like that?
No, that's cheating. I want like a production car.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to do something like a Valkyrie or an RB17? Nothing crazy like that?
No. I mean, if you would go far back as maybe like a 917B,
Ooh.
like a, something like that, like a Mazda, like if you would go, if that's way off the wall, right? Like an actual race car. But I'm thinking of something like a production built car that's capable. I'm going to say the new ZR1.
All right. I think that's a fair answer.
Yeah, just because I'm genuinely curious how that car is. I didn't get the chance to.
Not the X or just the regular ZR1?
I think the regular ZR1, just kind of like how the Z06 is faster than the E-Ray because it's limited by the electric front motor. Yep. Not that it matters, right? So this is I'm going to say this one other thing. I know a whole bunch of tangents, but people are so fixated on like these crazy mile per hour numbers. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, the fucking Z06 or not the ZR1 can do 203 mile an hour. Where are you doing that?
You can't.
You can't unless you're doing a standing mile. There's no road course in the world you're doing 233 miles an hour. There's not even really a street that you can go 233 miles an hour on. I mean, not really.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Without shutting the street down.
Yeah.
And so like the ZR1X will be a better car than the ZR1 just because of the performance and like the acceleration out of turns and whatnot because of the electric front motor. But people are going to be like, oh, you can only do 205 miles an hour versus 233. Who the hell cares?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with a GT3 RS versus like a turbo S. Mm-hmm. A turbo S is faster than a GT3 RS, but the GT3 RS is going to whoop a turbo S around a track all day long because of the aero and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, but ZR1, I guess I gotta say ZR1X then if I'm saying that because it's, ZR1X. I kind of talked myself out of it. ZR1X, yes, ZR1X.
The fact that car has anti-lag from the factory is crazy to me.
Yeah, it has no turbo lag. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the couple videos I've reshared of that guy. He's like one of the first people to have the ZR1.
I don't know if I have yet.
Paragon Performance, and they've done the dyno testing.
Yeah.
Dude, when he did the dyno, like with the video behind the car, and you hear the, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, it sounded so
in
insane.
An American V8.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude.
Insane.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
We're back. I just hope there's an awesome skunk works going on over at Stellantis. That's what I'm hoping for right now.
One can only hope.
Yeah,
one can only hope. Yeah. I don't know anything
There's
about it.
There's got to be somebody in there deep in the basement that just got buried.
I was thinking in the basement somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fact that they're bringing back SRT is a good promising sign.
Yeah.
Right. I'm really hoping that they get to the nitty gritty. Like, I made a post about asking people like what they want to see. Like, if they did like a modern day version of an SRT4, that would fuck.
Oh, I can see that.
That would fuck. Something to compete against, like I don't know, what's compact in those markets, like
Type R,
like an Elantra N Type R, like something like that.
R.
350 horse, something like that. 350 horse.
That's what the Hornet was supposed to be, but not really.
If they'd have made a GLH version, all-wheel drive GLH version, that would have been it.
No, yeah.
That would have been it, but they didn't do it. So I'm hoping that SRT brings back those really funky, cool things, man.
You need somebody there that just. People are like, no, that doesn't make sense, and then they do it, and it's like, all right.
Yeah, no,
somebody off the wall.
Again, all of the coolest stuff happened when they bypassed.
Yes.
When they bypassed the suits.
Yeah.
You get somebody that has a high position, that has influence, and has a team, and they do it, and then they present it. They do the work, and then they show it. Then there's nothing for them to say no to, because it's not a concept you're presenting to them. You're showing them the actual thing.
We've talked to people on Skunkworks programs, and it's kind of funny, like how that whole prove it thing works.
Yeah.
It's like you start with the idea, and then you kind of make that idea work, and then it's like, yeah, I'm talking too much now.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying?
I know we're running out of time. I got one more quick one.
Okay,
you keep talking. You're saying. I know people are gonna whatever. Can you? As I have now just come into this social media world, hanging out with Harris here, how do you deal with comments? Like what?
Oh, Lord.
Do you? Because I just don't even look. Like I don't even go in there, right? But like, because you're gonna get. I always say if you're saving puppies, you're gonna get hate. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, because they'd be like,
those puppies were supposed to drown.
Yeah, right. God damn.
It was God's way.
Yeah, right. There's always gonna be something. But yeah, man, like there's been a couple times, bro. There's been a couple times where people have gotten underneath my skin. And I've built up a pretty thick layer over the years just because people are gonna say some off the wall shit. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, being a young black dude in this industry is already a kind of a challenge, and I hate to take race to it, but it's true. It just is what it is. Now, is it a majority of people? Hell no. It's a very small percentage. And I don't seek it out. It's shown up a couple times, and so I just gotta face it when I face it. Early on, it bothered me, but after a while, I realized that they're just sad, pathetic people that just have nothing else better to do, and I'm winning. So like that's the way I look at it. But anything else, bro? Anytime anybody else has just something arrogant or stupid to say, man, sometimes I'll play around with it and I'll just kind of like mess with them, you know, just for the fun of it. But then there's other times where I'm just like,
you have to look good for your.
Yeah, you have to. You have to keep. You have to keep an image about
That's
yourself.
what I fight with because I want to drag people sometimes. Yeah.
And there's times where I don't even have to do it. Like I let my fans do it.
That's
like,
the best.
Our fans, my people that follow me, like they'll jump on folks for me, and which is cool. It's like having people ride for you is dope, man. Because like you don't even have to, get out of character or turn, show the other side of you. You don't have to do that. You can just be you and just kind of just be like, get them.
Yeah.
And they'll just jump, bro. It's like having a henchman almost, man. It's cool.
Yeah.
I've had that happen, man. I've had people talk sideways at me, and I mean, literally, I had people delete their accounts, bro. Yeah, like it's like that. Having that kind of power is kind of crazy. Yeah. So you have to be careful about how you play with that too, because
it's your name.
It's your name. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to be mindful about how you do it. And like I said, thankfully, I haven't had to deal with it much. I've learned over the years of getting older to be a little more reserved and be a little more. You have to step back. You have to take a step back. You can't just jump.
Yeah.
Whenever something gets to you, you can't just jump because that's when you fuck up. Mm-hmm. That's when you make a mistake. You have to take a step back and you have to analyze it and be like, okay, is this worth my time? And if there's something that you actually have to address, like how do I do this professionally so you don't look bad? Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, like leaning on people that in the industry. I've had to do that. I've had to come to them and be like, how do I approach this? Because I don't want to do something stupid. I don't want to say. Early on, there'd be times where I would just jump, bro. And I'm thankful that I never did anything bad enough to tarnish my name. But you have to be calculated about that nowadays. So that's one other thing I would say is just you have to have patience. You got to have restraint.
Yeah.
You got to have restraint because you can't let people get you flustered and you throw away everything you've built over something really that's not worth it.
Yeah.
Because they're just words. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that if they're in front of you face to face, they ain't going to say shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to look at it as like, man, it's just pathetic people online saying some stupid crap. It ain't going to affect me.
Yeah.
And that's how you got to move, man. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. There's times where it's really hard, but you have to look at the bigger picture. You don't want to
take a minute and just think about what the consequences could be.
I can't text or I can't look at comments within the first 10 minutes of waking up. I try not to look in general, but for some reason, my brain, the first 10 minutes of waking up, it's like it's war.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not awake yet. You're gonna get it. Yeah. Facts. No, I've been trying to be better about, and it's hard, bro. You almost can't sleep with your phone in your room, but I've been trying to be better about like not getting on my phone the first thing I do when I get up.
Yeah.
Rewiring your brain to just like get up and be active before you even touch your phone.
Yep.
Because again, to your point, you're not maybe full about yourself yet, and you're just ready to go to town on somebody.
I'll brush my teeth and I'll look at my phone and I'm like, and then 10 minutes goes by. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have fucking said that. delete. I mean, nothing too bad, but enough to be like, all right. My favorite is when I turn somebody that's a hater into a fan. Not to say I have haters, but like sometimes you have somebody that's commenting, and it's like, my favorite is when I flip them.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best, man. But the thing about it is that words can be misconstrued so easily.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Over text, because you don't have connotation. There's no connotation. You can't tell if the person is sarcastic or if they're being serious, and it's so easy.
Autocorrect got me last month.
Oh.
One guy said, your account sucks. And it was like a tax post or whatever, just something like goofy or whatever. And I'm like, hey man, like what's the beef? Because like he wanted to collab a year ago. I'm like, what's going on here? He's like, huh? What are you talking about? I'm like, you said, I sent him a screenshot or whatever. And I'm glad I showed restraint because I was going to say something way worse.
Yeah, right.
And then he's like, oh, accountant autocorrect got. I'm like, all right, I'm glad
Yeah.
I learned my lesson on that one.
Yeah. I mean, but like seriously, like I've jumped at people sometimes, and they're like, "Bro, I was just kidding." I'm like, "Man, how am I supposed to know you're kidding?
Right.
You didn't put no LOL. You didn't put no laughing face. So if you're gonna put like some very staunch statement with no expression behind it, how am I supposed to know you're joking?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I've jumped at people, and then they're like, "Brother, chill." And I'm like, "All right, man, but you gotta give me some context, because how am I supposed to know that?
Yeah.
I don't know you from Adam, and you gonna say something without a LOL,
Yeah.
and then say you're
Without an
joking."
LOL.
And he might have been serious, but the fact that I responded, maybe he changed his. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always funny.
I run way too hot. Well, sweet, man. On that note, where can people find you?
So Instagram predominantly American Muscle HD, TikTok American Muscle HD, Weapon Vault. It's on Instagram, and then my personals, Garrett is the name. It's in the bio on both pages, but yeah, hopefully starting to do more YouTube stuff in the future. It's the same thing on there, American Muscle HD. But yeah,
Sweet, man. Dan?
Brother.
You can find us at Gunner Garage, where I post almost nothing.
Well, Garrett, thank you very much for making this happen. This is
Yeah,
awesome,
man.
Thanks
I
for letting us
appreciate
into
you
your home. Dan, thanks for existing, and we'll see y'all next time.
Thanks again for watching the show, guys. Be sure to go into the description down below and check out all of our sponsors. They are what make this show possible. It allows us to travel the country and talk to some really cool guests. So be sure to check them out, support them just like you support us, and see y'all next time.